That's right, ladies and gents, we're in Colorado, specifically Manitou Springs. So I flew into Denver yesterday. I drove the hour and 20 minutes down to Manitou Springs, where I will be staying and running the Pikes Peak Marathon in a few days. And I don't know if you could tell here, but that is Pikes Peak, and the starting line is basically right up the street from here. I really feel like I lucked out getting a spot here at the Villa Motel because I was procrastinating setting up lodging for this, and all the Airbnbs and things of that nature that I was going to try to get were all gone. So there was nothing really available, and I wanted to stay somewhere that was in Manitou Springs, just so I didn't have to worry about driving here and parking and stuff like that on marathon day. And I lucked out so much that this place was available, in that right across the street you can already see things are getting set up for the event. So everything here is going to be for your packet pickup, your vendors, things like that. You can see across the street you have bathrooms, you know, the little porta johns there. So this whole area basically is where everything is going to be taking place, and all the action is packet pickup. You know, the starting line actually is right up the street. I'm gonna go check that out now. And again, it's right across the street from my motel. So on race day, I can take my time in the morning. I can just wake up, walk out the door, and get myself in line. And I'm excited and scared and nervous all at the same time. That is a high climb. I've never climbed something like that before. I've done marathons before, but nothing ever like this. And it doesn't look like the weather is going to be on our side. It looks like it's going to be around 50 degrees, 55 degrees and rainy for the start here at like 6,000 feet. And up at the top, it's going to be like 24 degrees with possible snow showers. So it's going to be an experience. This here behind me is the Manitou Springs City Hall, which I believe is where the start line is, right here. And again, my hotel is just past those two buildings. So this is gonna be a really easy start for me to wake up and get to that start line. At this circle right here is where the race will turn up this street. And I believe the finish line is right up ahead on this street. It's not on the main street where we started, but this is only like a half a mile from the hotel. So even when I'm done and my legs are probably destroyed, it'll be a short walk back to the hotel. This way also is the cog railway that brings you to the top of Pikes Peak. I'm actually going to do that tomorrow to get to that higher elevation and just kind of feel it out and see what it's like. Earlier, I don't know if you heard me maybe breathing slightly heavy as I was talking. I don't know if that was because I was talking fast, or is it because of the elevation? Like, I'm a flatlander, as they say, right? I did all my training at basically sea level in New Jersey, so this is gonna be a lot different. Even now, just talking as I'm walking up this hill, you kind of feel like you're not getting that full breath. Very minimal, but just a slight feeling. I wanted to walk to a spot where I kind of got a view. If you look at the mountain there, you see that line that's in the mountain. That's actually the Manitou climb, and I'm on the website right now. It is a total of 2,744 stairs. About 250,000 people climb that annually. It says an Olympic athlete can do it in about 30 minutes. The average person takes about 3 hours, and it's just under a mile. It's a 0.9 of a mile of stairs, and it's about 3 miles into the bar trail. So I guess you have to take the trail to get to the Manitou climb, and then from there you could take the steps all the way to the top, which is an elevation gain of 2,020 feet. Now, being from New Jersey, I really didn't have the ability to train on big hills like that, so I just had to use the treadmill on incline. I would put it on 10, 12, 15 and just run for an hour and a half. So hopefully that was enough training to get me through this climb. Being a car guy, I had to rent something fun, so I picked up a Jeep Wrangler. I'm actually going to take these tops off and stow them away in the back, so I can get a better look at the scenery. Get a better look at the scenery is what I was going to say. I will tell you that coming from New Jersey and seeing Colorado for the first time, everywhere you look is beautiful. And by beautiful, everywhere you look, like here's a perfect example. I just went to Dick's to get some cold weather gear because I'm going to be up against that rain and possibly snow. And then you turn to your right here, I'm sorry, your left, and boom, look at the mountain ranges. Now, To the naked eye, it looks probably a lot better than it does on camera. I'll kind of zoom it in there, but you got Pikes Peak in the distance. You just have, like, every way you look is another beautiful view or something to see, or you come over like the crest of a mountain and you're in a valley. And this is just like the beginning part of Colorado. I haven't even gotten to like outer Colorado yet. Again, you walk into a Walmart, you get a poncho, an umbrella, and some K-cups, and you walk out, and this is your view. Absolutely incredible. It's just so amazing to me. You know, I love Jersey. Jersey's great. It's got good beaches. You got the cities, you got the farms, you got the mountains. I mean, you have nothing like this. No mountains like this. More like rolling hills. But this is just, it's so beautiful. And then you got the Garden of the Gods, which is right down the road. I'm gonna pass it on my way back to the hotel. What's really cool about it too, being here for the first time, when you fly into Denver, you're flying into like flat land. It's the Great Plains, right up to where in Colorado you get to the foot of like the Rocky Mountains. So it's a completely different environment than what you see once you get into the mountains. And it's just really cool. I mean, you can't help but just be in awe. At least for me, as a first timer coming out to this area. I've been to South Dakota. I was out there once, where you had the Black Hills and you had Badlands, and that too had the same type of feel as Colorado does. And here it is, Garden of the Gods. I drove through this yesterday. It was beautiful. To me, it's just so scenic compared to what I'm used to in my everyday world and, you know, life in New Jersey. And then you can look and see the mountains in the distance. It's just like layers and layers and layers of scenery. And I think that's what the big thing is. In Jersey, everything's relatively flat. And, you know, you can see only so far. I don't know if that makes sense. But it's like you can see, you know, trees and flat land. You don't see distance like this in just, I don't know. If I haven't made the point yet, the sun's probably right in the camera. If I haven't made the point yet, I'm in awe. It's absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. Yesterday after I flew and I drove right down here, got off the highway onto the street here and was greeted by the Welcome Pikes Peak Runners sign. And in the background, you have that first real vision of Pikes Peak from this view, from what will really be the starting line of the race. It's only a couple blocks up the road here. And again, in awe of just how tall that mountain is, and thinking that I'm gonna run from here to there and back. It almost doesn't seem logical, like I can't comprehend it in my mind. And it kind of has me feeling like when I ran my first marathon. You know, up until that point, you were training to run 26 miles, but you never experienced it before. The most I ever ran was 20, even in my training for that marathon. Now, since then, I've run 9 marathons. This actually would be number 10, but this has a completely different dynamic in it. And it gives me that you know, scared, exciting feeling like I was mentioning earlier, walking on the streets here, to think that I'm gonna tackle this this task.